Grab champs, baby, grab champs, we live. Here we go. Grab champs, this is episode 16, I think. Episode 16, season 3, baby. Grab champs. I'm your host, SR, the vertical, murtical, squirtical, all over your girl's Liz nips. I left my kids on the eyelids, you heard? Yo, salute. I see y'all people. I see everybody chiming in what it is. I see you. Yo, salute A1, salute Mister. Salute, baby. Let's get it going. Shit alive. We got the legendary shit happening. You know what I'm saying? Legendary, baby.
Diablo, SR the General.
Yeah. Diablo.
Grab, chant, yeah, grab, chant,
F boom.
Grab, chant, yeah, grab.
Stay 16.
Shout out the Grab champs. Shout out the Grab champs.
Yeah, shit alive.
Shout out the Grab champs. Shout out the Grab champs. Welcome, tune in to Grab champs. We appreciate the love and support for all the Grab camps. The most amazing and iconic artists out here smashing it, from the train yards to the rooftops to the storefronts, highways catching wreck. That's all the General. He be going crazy, bro, from his Instagram account, Supreme Clientele Radio. Interviewing all the icons, the ones that led the way. Salute to all the fallen legends, the ones that set the stage. Moment of silence, let us remember those. Peace. Whether they family or they were friend or foe. Hate them or love them, let's show them some respect. Major contribution in hip-hop, Grab chancer to the death. Ready and willing, never scared to fry. Chance in the art to getting up, prepared to rise.
Yeah.
Super talented vandals, never scared to die. Let's show them love while they breathing. Go ahead and share the live. So tell a friend to go and tell a friend. Use it dope from the start up to the end. Let's show them love and call it glory time. Repost his post on your post, share his post up on your storyline. So tell a friend to go and tell a friend.
Yo, Grab champs, baby. Thank you for everybody tuning in. You heard? Shit alive. We got the legendary shit happening tonight. We got one of the all-world kings, TD. Salute. We got the motherfucking legend in real time, RAME Philly King. You heard? Salute. And shit, before we pop shit off, man, I just want to say, you know, this episode is sponsored by Nirvana Bomb Packs. You heard? The Pinata Killers and the Gashi. You know what I'm saying? Hit up Nirvana Bomb Packs, the motherfucking IG, the IG and shit. You heard that shit? There's two different ones, one with an S and one with a Z. Both of them are the same shit. You heard? Salute. I see everybody chiming in and shit. Go fucking I see the kings in the building, all the kings. I see you, IF in the building. What it is. I see you, Sax. I want to say rest in peace to all the fallen soldiers, my nigga. I want to give a shout out to everybody that fucking pushes the culture forward. It helps me with the show. Salute to my Straight 16 family. Salute to Dios Diablo, my brother. Salute to F Boom Full Blast Music, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Without all of them niggas and shit, my nigga Nico, of course, my partner Joe 21. You know what I'm saying? One half of Grab Champs. Salute to you, my brother, and shit. So salute Oxy. I see you. Thank you for everybody supporting. I just wanna debut my new, you know what I'm saying? You know I do the shake the can, right? You know I do the shake the can, but look. Now I like my blood with the can too, you heard? Salute to my brother Ray, and to Stevie, his shorty, son. They blessed me, you heard? Thank you, man. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? All right, so without further ado, man, let me bring TD up, man, for real. We're going to do TD first real quick. You know what I'm saying? Not real quick. We're going to have our conversation because, you know, we got legendary shit happening right now. So, boom, let me send TD the motherfucking invite. Words, I'm excited for this one, man. It's some TD, my nigga. That nigga's still one of the kings of New York, king of the whole country, king of all the countries. Here we go, baby. Here we go.
Bro, it's cracking.
Yo, you hear me, T?
Yeah, I hear you good.
All right, yo, just before anything, I want to thank you for coming on Grab Champs. You are one of them special breed type of writers that cemented their name in history, hard. That your imprint is harder than most. You're a king in every sense of the fucking word. Even when you're out killing other countries, you're still the king at home base, my nigga. And we thank you for all the contributions you made, bro.
Respect.
That's a fact, my nigga. So, just from Graph Champs fashion, we're gonna start from the beginning, all right?
Yes, sir.
What did you get into graffiti, T? What got TD into graffiti?
1 second. You know, I was as a youngster, I used to see the older guys, the older OGs on my block doing shit, and I always wanted to be a part of it. From stealing cars to selling drugs to then it got into the painting. So you know, I analyzed them. I used to go in my car and drive around, and I used to see them at different places, and I don't know. I just got into it, and I just started painting, you know, and one thing led to another.
So what years is this?
I don't remember the exact year, but it was at least in the mid-'80s. Started writing like in my building, in my little neighborhood, but you know, just tagging everybody's building up. The super complaining to my moms and all that crazy shit, and after that, I just went to the street, man, and started doing what I did, bro.
So you was one of those kids, your mom knew that you wrote graph from the beginning?
She hated that shit. Yeah, it's not so long ago. Like, I'll say maybe 2 years ago, she finally understood what I was doing. You know what I mean? Like, she never understood. She hated it. She was like, "Oh, when you get locked up, don't fucking call me." I was like, "All right, whatever," you know?
Yo, that sound like my mom, the same shit. That's mad crazy. So what area is this like that influenced you from the beginning?
It was definitely my one of my hoods where everything happened. I even lost my brother in my hood. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into that later on. But it was in 171st Walton Avenue. The older guys from there used to write TWB, the Walton Boys, CIA, Children in Action, and they didn't really kill shit like but they did their thing. You know, a few of them did their thing. And then I just came and I said to myself, I gotta do something. I gotta do more of what they did, because they ended it quick, their career in graph, you know. And when I love something, I take it to the fullest strength. You know what I mean? Like, I go all out.
So when you first said, "Yo, I want to try this shit, graffiti," like, did you have the mindset like, if I try this shit, I'm gonna go hard, like I'm gonna go all the way in?
At first, you know what it is that when we all young, we all want to do it. We do it, and we don't have. In our mind, a lot of us don't have it. I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be doing this 30 years later. You know what I mean? 20 years, not even 10 years later. We just do it just to do it and have fun with it. I said that I was gonna go crazy after my brother passed by, because you know what I mean. Like, it just made push me to go harder, because I wanted to everybody see my brother's name and remember him. Always remember him. I'm here, but always remember him.
So that was one of your inspirations.
Yeah. You know, in between that, you know, in between, like I said, I had to time. You know what I mean? Like, altogether, I did like 5.5 years in prison altogether. So, and then I had like a 4-year parole supervision, which I didn't paint much. I did something here and there, but that's what held me back on the big gap that I have.
All right. So from the beginning, who was like, you say your boys from your block, but I know when you know, because this shit is a universe with superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Who was them superheroes to you? Like, you was like, oh, I gotta like do it like these niggas.
I gotta say about one of the OGs from my block. His name is MI79. A lot of people don't know him because he's, like I said, he didn't do it for a very, very long time, and he didn't really, you know, he didn't really kill it. He did his thing, but he didn't really kill it. You know what I mean? And I know Cope knows him. Not maybe not know him personally, but he know of him. He used to write the other guy, BG, Bodyguard, and my other boy named Pet. They used to call him Master Pet. And the other guy named Brian, a white boy Brian, he was nasty with it. But like I said, they ain't take it. They ain't go far. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Bronx, boy. Like, dude, son, you know, 90% of the people that I bring on my show is like a lot of Bronx niggas. It's like always a lot of Bronx niggas, and I always ask them like, and they always give the lineup of the niggas from the Bronx, and it's fucking phenomenal. The niggas that come from the Bronx, the lineup from all the eras is fucking tough, bro. You feel like it's hard to make a mark or be noticed like that, like the way you are coming from the Bronx?
I don't think it's hard. You just gotta have the energy and the paint. If you have the energy to paint, it can be done. Anybody can do it. You know, you can't let your girl or your wife get in between that, because a lot of niggas do, and they be like, yo, I can't go out tonight, huh?
Yo, say that again so my wife can hear that.
So I'm lucky, I'm blessed, and I'm lucky that I have a wife. You know, she's not 100% okay with that because she doesn't want nothing to happen to me, but she'd be like, go ahead, go. You know, because she knows the passion I have for it, you know what I mean? That's
a fact, yo. Like I think that's one thing that a lot of us graffiti writers face, because we're a certain type of breed of person, my nigga. And if you're not in the world, you don't understand us. They be looking at us like we crazy and shit. And I want all the wives, all the graffiti writer wives, please, if y'all listening, listen to what I'm saying right now. There's a lot of worse things that we could be out there doing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga express himself and be happy, and everything else in our lives will be happier just because we're able to go and let our nut off. You know what I'm saying? And shit, my bad. I just had to say that because yo, that should be a problem. You know what I'm saying? So who was the first people that you bombed with? Like your little partners?
I had this kid. I don't know if he's listening, but I had this kid that used to live in my building, right? And he knew that I was doing graffiti and shit, and he'd be like, yo, let's go do a little something. So we had a few cans. We went down 170 in Jerome and shit, and we started busting tags and shit, and did a filling. His name is Mill. His name was Mill, M-I-L. It's crazy because I went with this guy that first one time, and he went over my boy Tech BCK that passed away. He went over him.
Yes, Russell.
But I didn't know him. I didn't know Tech BCK at the time. So Tech thought that I was Mill, and I went over him to Mill. So me and Tech got into big beef. A lot of people probably don't remember it, but we had a big beef. Me and Tech. We was going over each other. Had a couple of fights. And then, not just with the subject, but there was these guys from the west side of the Bronx by Hybrid. There was these three guys, Tex, Jazz, and Krem. I don't know, they old school. And he was like, yo, TD, we want to talk to you. So I was like, all right, you know what I mean? I went there and I was talking to them. And they was like, yo, listen, I know you and Tech have beef, but we think that y'all should squash it and get together and kill shit. Y'all both killing shit. And you know, I was like, yo, I'm good with that. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? He's when I started shit, so that was somebody else, and that wasn't even me. You know? So you know, we met up. We talked it out. We squashed it, and then we just took off from there. We just doing our thing, the whole 4 line. We did a lot of damage. We went to Brooklyn. We did pretty good.
Yeah, Tech BCK. Rest in peace to that brother too, man. He used to kill, man. Fillings after fillings after fillings. So cause me, I'm more like of a tag bomber. You know, I smack fillings, of course, but you know, when I go out, you know, it's like mostly just for tags and shit. Your fillings, how many fillings you think you rocked in just in 1 year, in 1 year active years?
Thousands. Man, I don't know, man. I never counted, but in 2020, when I came back, I started painting. I was always painting. That's that wrong. I wasn't painting hard though. I would do a filling here, a tag here, here and there. But in 2016, I went with my boys to Detroit, and that shit was crushed. So we stayed out there for a couple of days, and then we came back. We killed it out there. But when I came back, I kept bombing. 2020 is when on COVID, I just went bombing. This is like an open playground, so I'm just gonna go crazy. And I just hit every borough that there is. I hit them hard. Every borough I hit hard, and I had to do that because I thought I had to do that because there's a lot of people that a lot of new writers come out, and not too many old writers continue bombing like from back in the days. And I just wanted to show them the young bucks that the OG still running this shit, And
back, baby. Hold up. Let me ask you this, T. Did you ever get to hit any trains? Like when it was
train, I hit it with the Prez KD Prez. I don't know. I want to say those names, but he took me one time. He took me one time on the train, and we did it together. We hit with like 2 or 3 trains. We hit. I have a few pictures in my house, and I went with him to get the train. The trains was really never my thing. I don't know. I guess I didn't want to get hit by a train, or I didn't want to fucking get hit by the third rail, or I didn't want to go through that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. The reason I asked is because, when I was growing up, that's what attracted me to the graffiti on the trains. I was like, oh, but then I was too young for that shit by the time it was streets or whatever. Yeah. So how did you get your tag then? How did you get TD? Was that your first tag? The first tag that I really actually got busy, yeah. But I was gonna write this CLEAR. What? Say it again.
And my best friend said, listen, that's just too long. You should write TD. I said, man, that's not a bad idea. That's 2 letters. That's good, you know what I mean? Originally, it stands for throwdown. After so many years that gone by, I changed it to throwdown, and it's the definition for total fucking. And I picked that because I know the work I put in, the pain that I put, and the love I put in. You know what I mean? And there's nobody else gonna say anything different about that.
What about your throwie? How did you get your throwie? Like, how did that come about?
To this day, I still don't got it down pat. I don't know. Some people are just naturally born with that gift, my nigga. And me, it took me a long time. I even tried piecing and trying to do stuff when I was incarcerated. I was very frustrated. And just keep working. What I did the most was work out. But now, if I'm not too nervous, not too many cars passing, it'll come out pretty good. But it took me a long time to get the shit down pat. That D drives crazy. Everybody thinks it's a D.
But dang, son, it's crazy to hear you say, oh, if I was nervous or whatever, because I never seen you with a dusty feeling. Your shit is solid, my nigga, solid always.
I try to keep it solid. I like it to have solid. Dusty doesn't look too good sometimes, but in the hot boy spots, sometimes it gotta be dusty, bro.
That's a fact. But I don't. What's a hot boy spot to you? Because, well, you don't know how hot these spots were. Like a couple of these spots that you did giant fillings on, I couldn't even catch a tag. There was always be cops, there would always be something popping. Then one day I come and there's a giant TD filling mad solid on this shit. I'd be like, how the fuck did this nigga get away with that shit?
Yeah, that shit.
mad crazies.
Well, you know, you got them nights. You got those nights that the streets are just dead, and you're just blessed. You know, be like it's wide open, and you just do it. You know, a lot of times, but you know, there's times that they're wide open.
That's a fact. So the Bronx is huge. There's mad fucking place. So just to king the Bronx, that's accomplishment on its own, my nigga. Then to spill out or whatever. Did you have a favorite shit that you hit that you're like, yeah, nigga, look, I smacked this shit, and you know what I'm saying? Like a favorite spot?
All my favorite spots are the busiest streets, Grand Concourse, Webster, 3rd Avenue. Those are all my best spots because so much traffic go through there, and a lot of people get to see it. You know.
So, but was that what you did first? Like, all right, I'm gonna kill the Bronx first before I go out into other areas. It was just random, whenever, wherever.
Well, when I did the big comeback,
yeah.
I did it kind of backwards. I wasn't thinking at the time. I should have started in Queens. I should have started in those Queens and Staten Island. Those are the hottest areas. They like if you get caught, prosecute over there. But I wasn't thinking, so I did the Bronx first. And I know the Bronx really well because I've been in my life, and it was pretty easy.
So you see, the Bronx is the easiest to you then.
Yep.
You just bust out in front of anybody and just you one of them niggas.
I'm very cautious of how I paint. You know, a lot of people wouldn't be able to paint just the way I am. You know, sometimes I take 45 minutes to do a spot, but I'm trying to. Let's put it like this: when I did all 5 boroughs, I ain't have not one contact. Nothing close, and I did all 5 boroughs week, and even when I did the 50 states, I ain't had no police contact. I started getting police contact when I'm going out of the country. But going out of the country is much sweeter, you know.
So even. All right, so let's say this. I want to ask you this. All right, you New York is nothing no more. One state is nothing for a person like you. Now, how the fuck did you even turn into a nigga like that? That was like, I'll kill New York. Now I'm gonna kill all the 50 fucking states, and then I'm gonna go to fucking all the countries that like. How does that happen? Just from a street bomber, like.
Listen, I'm talking in the country, and I be standing at for a minute. I'm like, what the fuck I'm doing? For real, I'm like, I'm fucking crazy, bro. What the fuck I'm doing? You know? But I originally went my first time when I started the 56 was because and Neil Saz were doing it, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go with them on well, it was Saz first. I went with Saz to
All right, wait. Hold up right there. First of all, I gotta give all the props in the world to Neo and Saz. I interviewed them on my show, and they were probably the first niggas to go all 50 states. Salute to them and start doing all the countries. Shout out to Neo and Saz.
Definite. So you know, I went with Saz to California, San Diego, California, and for one of the first times I went with him. Besides the first time I went with him, and I just started painting with them. You know, I did a bunch of states with them, and I said, damn, I want to do this. I want to do it. I want to do all 50 because in New York City, I did that. You know what I mean? And I said, I want to do something different. I want to see different things. So I went with Neil and Saz in a bunch of places. I went with Panic, Stay Busy Crew. I went with them in a bunch of places. I went with my boy Stir, places. I went with Cole, a couple of places. And once I completed the 50 states, listen, I gotta say that's it. Yo, TD, you can't do all 50 states in the year. You can't do it. I said, what? I said, all right, Hey, what you bet? I was trying to, say I got that money, so I was trying to bet him some big bucks. So he bet that. So he bet me a dinner. I said, okay, I'll take the dinner. Wherever I want to go, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna take that. And I end up doing all 50 states in 9 months.
Talk this shit, boy.
9 months. And if there's somebody out there that did that shit, left in the back.
Wait, T, hold on. Just for the people that's listening. Yeah, he says it took him 9 months to do all 50 states. And he doesn't mean that he did 1 or 2 fill-ins in each state. Could you explain this shit, T? Like, what are you doing to these fucking states? Let them know, B.
I let everybody know I was there. And I let them talk about it. Word.
So I be seeing pictures online, you know what I'm saying, of graph. You know, I'm a graph, media person. So I look online for different things, and I be seeing different countries, different states, and your fillers. You be having fillers there, Savs be having fillers. Like you said, I seen a panic filling, like, so, say salute to them and shit. Like, before you even went the first time to another state or to set out to do the 50 states, because all right, so me, just personally, I'm going bombing tonight, and then, I have like a little fear in me, like, I don't know what's gonna happen and shit, until you get there, you start doing it, you always have that little fear in going to another state or just having, like, what do you feel? Like, is it like scary? Like, oh shit, like, what do you feel?
Well, the first 25 states, I wasn't too nervous. I don't think I was too nervous because I had niggas from New York come with me, you know what I mean? What got a little bit nervousing was when I did the last 25 by myself. I had guys that throw me around. There was a few that just wanted to meet me, so they took me to that 2 spot and they let me on. Then they disappeared. But a lot of them took me around, and I always try to drop 20, 25, 30 fillings in a bunch of places. Some places I dropped 40, 50 fillings in Memphis. In Memphis, I dropped like 50 fillings. I think it was 52, 42 fillings I dropped out there. About that many, but like I said, I always try to do the most because when they're getting half of it, I you know what I mean?
Yo, a lot of people don't even have 50 fillings in their own fucking state. You know what I'm saying? They don't even got 50 fillings in their own fucking state. So tell them what does it take to even, tell them what it takes to even be able to drop 50 fillings in another state. You gotta go, you gotta find paint. Like you said, you have to find the spots, you have to watch your back. Like,
and you don't even know how the cops roll.
Exactly. Like, you go into Crackerville, you go into fucking to the worst hoods. Like, you're not from there. Like,
niggas gonna react to see you in the street. Like, yo,
you gotta have that energy, bro. That hunger. You know what I mean?
So what do? You get paint.
Huh?
You get paint in every state that you go to. You get the paint in that state.
Yeah, we was right there for maybe Home Depot. We had to. Home Depot.
Yo, my God, this dude is an animal. And you're rocking in every state and everything, son. Yo, that's true meaning of a graffiti writer.
And of course, you need that money, that hotel money, that gas money. So you got to go real in. You know what I mean?
That's another thing. It must be very expensive to fucking travel to every fucking state, then country to country. Like, I be seeing niggas IGs, one day they're in fucking Ireland, and the next day they're in fucking Germany. It's fucking sick. I be like, how the fuck? It's sick. Yo, your passport must be crazy.
You running
I've been only to 16 countries. I did 16 countries. That's a good amount for me. But I'm still going. I'm gonna next year. I'm trying to do at least 10 countries next year.
10 countries?
10 more countries. That's 10 countries next year. I'm trying to get
So all right, so you've been to the fucking in and out over everywhere that everybody has been.
Well, not everywhere.
What is the
I haven't been everywhere, but I have done 16 countries.
no
16.
no? I'm just talking about New York because my mindset is not even that big yet to go to other countries. But let's just say America. That sounds retarded, right? What was the best, your favorite place to paint in America, like the funnest place?
I say there's a few places like I enjoyed Memphis. I was just running around crazy. I did like I said, 40. I think it was 42 fillings out there from daytime. My memory is not all there, but I did a few places like that, a few states, and then Neil got that energy. I love picking with Neil. If there's only one person I have to pick to who I want to bond with, it's definitely big Neil, bro.
Salute to Neil, bro.
Yeah, that's my dude right
there. Salute to Neil. So now let's talk about fucking Graph, man. Like, all right, so you're like a superhero to this generation, bro. You really mean a lot to this generation. All the going outside and conquering the whole country. But besides that, yo, you still come back and you smack up New York, bang, 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 and you make sure that home base is. So, I live in Brooklyn, of course. I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm driving work or whatever. Boom, I'm going to a couple of different boroughs, so I had to count. The other day I counted how many fillings, TD fillings I seen from going from my crib to the job site to pick up the truck, then to the job site where I'm working at. So I counted, it was 11 fillings I saw. So that's from Brooklyn to Queens to Manhattan. So I'm going from Bushwick to Mass Fifth, and through the 59th Street Bridge, I'm going to Harlem. 11 fillings.
And that's only because you're the truck.
Yeah, exactly. 11 fillings, bro.
So
it's crazy.
There's a bunch of fillings that they probably buff also. And you got to think about that.
Exactly.
That's the reason why you're going to have to do so many. Because when they start buffing them, you still have a bunch left.
So do you come back to areas like, oh shit, they buffed all the, because I was talking to Sabs and he was like, yo, if they rag one of my fillings in another state or something, I go back and I fix it.
Yeah, well, a different state, it depends, You don't really want to, I don't think anybody go fix one filling, you know what I mean? I have people that reach out to me and they tell me, yo, don't worry about it, I'm going to fix it for you. I say, respect, you know what I mean? That's love. One filling over there, so feeling really, I don't think I would do it. But in the 5 boroughs, it's different. The 5 boroughs, anybody bag, hit me up, let me know, and I go fix it right away.
Right.
That's a fact, bro.
No, that's lovely. Like,
but,
yeah, fix shit. It's a shit that's fire.
This nigga came back and fixed his shit.
The last 2 months, I did like about 30 new fillings. This winter, I'm trying to, put it out there, like, I'm around, you know what I mean?
Nigga, you know how many spots that you fucking hit that I wanted to hit? I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Yo, shit. And I'm not even thinking of a filling. I'm just like, oh yeah, I just want to smack these gates real quick. Then bam, I'm like, holy shit, this nigga's on it, bro. Now Graffiti, bro. Who's the illustry bombers, bro? Give me the who you think is the top 10 or 5, whoever, how many you could think of, the illustry bombers in New York history, just killing streets.
I gotta say, Coke is first, number 1, Coke. Okay.
Ooh.
I gotta say J.A.
Of course.
So he don't bomb the streets no more. I put him on the list. He does a lot of jetpacks jetpack spot off the highways. I give him the respect for that. I mean, he
Who?
J.A.
Oh, Ja, of course, yeah, Ja, right? All right.
Who else? Let me see. Killing it. From the OGs, I gotta say, Dinks. And Scuff and Spot, they do their thing in there. You know, I always liked their style. And of course, he's Cuz 5.
Rest in peace.
Who else out there? You know, there's so many writers, you know, that did their thing. And sometimes you forget, you know, you're up here on live and you forget. But I gotta definitely say, I gotta say Ansel. Ansel.
Ooh,
Is
Ansel.
the big. I love his energy, and I told him they went to they went to Vietnam, and they did it in the 150 fillings each, 150 fillings out there.
Vietnam.
You know what I told him, right?
What?
I told him, I said, next time niggas go on the next trip and y'all don't invite me, we're going to war. Not because, you know, I love their energy, my nigga, the energy, that young energy, I love it. And I might not be side to side with them, but I'll be right behind them. You know what I mean? I'll be right behind him. But I love the R2P, the R2P crew. They're young, my nigga. They got that energy, and I don't have the energy they have, but I'm right next to them.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. Shout out to all them young niggas destroying shit, man. For real. For real. Shout out to CO and Panic too. CO and Panic. They were like the first breed of the newer niggas and shit that came and started like changing New York, bro. For real. The SB crew. Salute, my niggas.
No, it's funny that you say. It's funny that you say that, because when in 2020, when I was just going all over the place, they already was there. You know what I mean? They were there everywhere. Oh, yeah, I love it. I love the energy, man. I love when niggas go hard and kill shit. You know what I mean? I'm not a graffiti artist. I'm a fan also. You know what I mean? I love what niggas do out there. You know what I mean? But and I show respect. That's the reason why I push SB, because they stay busy.
Nah, that's dope, because a lot of OG niggas, you know, a lot of niggas be setting their ways and niggas be like with their chin up or whatever. Like I don't fail to admit too, nigga, all the new shit that's going on with niggas killing shit, that shit excites me. You know what I'm saying? I start seeing that shit and that make me want to bomb.
Definitely.
You gotta give them niggas props. Word, man.
Shit is crazy out there.
And they're taking it to heights now. Like niggas is doing sides of whole buildings from the top with ropes hanging down, and they're taking it to levels that is ridiculous.
Yo, that's crazy, bro.
Yo, when I see niggas, yeah, that's retarded as shit. Shout out to Scuff. He be sending me, because, you know, I'm the vertical, squirtical, but he's like, yeah, you're the vertical, but what about this? And niggas do the whole side of a building, they name vertical on the whole, you know what I mean? Wow, yeah, yo, it's retarded.
You know something, bro? I tell everybody this. I said, everybody is lucky that I'm afraid of height, because I'll probably be dead by now. I'm afraid of height. I don't do those crazy spots, but they're lucky that I don't do it, because if I did, I'll be right next to Spray, if not there before.
Shout out to Young Spray. Yeah. But you don't think the shit you be doing already is enough? This nigga, damn.
What else is that?
No, I'm saying that the shit that you do already is just enough. You don't even need to be a high spot nigga. So you be having all the spots. Salute to Savs in the building. I see you, big Savs. The champ is here. You heard? What about the throwies? What about throwies? T, who got the sickest throwies? Who's your favorite throwies?
Like a bunch of niggas. I like a bunch of niggas. And the shit that shout out a bunch of the guys, but you forget about the guys. That you should have mentioned that guys. You know, it's complicated, but I'm gonna give you five. I'm gonna give you five of my favorite that I see on that I like. Definitely, like I said again, Hope too. He's the icon, so he's number one. That's fine. I always like. If I went to Brooklyn, I used to be like that. These niggas nice, you know what I mean? And he hit them nice spots too. Cause Five, rest in peace. And Scuff, he's nasty. Spy definitely nasty. Anso's nasty. You know, just top of the head, I gotta say Zers. I gotta say Pan, you know, SB with the whole SB too. And just there's so many, bro. I can't even think about them all right now. But respect to all of them. You know what I mean? They especially the ones that work here.
Nah, I gotta put you on the spot, T. Fuck that, nigga. I'm picking your graffiti brain. Who has the best throwie of all time? Or who has your favorite throw up? Who's your favorite throw up of all time? Just one nigga that this nigga's throw up is. Who is it?
I gotta say, he started for a lot of dudes. I gotta say, Spec the piece.
Spec BTC. He had like 100 different styles.
Nasty. Yeah. He was one of them that was born with that shit.
Word, rest in peace, Spec. Wow. All right, so now, my bad. I just wanted to talk about crews and shit. So we know like crews is something that identifies a lot of riders. That's why even if it's a crew of niggas, let's say it's 5 niggas, each person still has their own crew most of the time, because it's like, you know, SR MBK. So there could be a million SRs, but there's not an SR MBK. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen you push a couple of crews, you know what I'm saying? BCK, a couple here, but mostly it was rest in peace, Mike. Ever since, like rest in peace, Mike, rest in peace, Mike. Can we talk about that? Rest in peace, Mike. First of all, rest in peace to Mike. But who is rest in peace, Mike, if you don't mind me asking?
Rest in peace. That's my brother. That's my real brother. My mom's and my dad. In 1995, we were chilling on the block, and every weekend, because he used to go to clubs and dance and chill and have fun. So one, I was chilling off the block, and I was with my ex girl, there, some of my boys, and we were just chilling. I didn't want to go because we were out with her and shit, and my friends, but my other boys jumped with him. They were like, yo, we out. I said, I be safe. And he drove around the block and or gunshots. And then the guy that was with him jumped in the car. He ran down the hill, down the block to our block. We was like 2 blocks away. So he was on the block. And before he hit the corner, somebody ran right by him. And then he said, yo, they just shot Mike. We didn't know that the guy that ran right by us was the one that shot. You know what I mean?
Wow.
He's out later on. Yeah, he passed away in the hospital because he got
wow.
because he stopped in the middle of the street, and the dude that was in the middle of the street didn't want to move out the way, and my brother was like, "Yo, get the fuck out the way!" You know what I mean? So get out the way. And the dude just stood there. So after a few. Probably a few minutes, I don't know exactly. My brother stepped on the gas, and the dude jumped out the way. He pulled out the gun, shot him from the back, and we took him to the hospital. My brother, and he passed away in the hospital.
Wow, damn! Rest in peace, bro. That is something that I know that a lot of the whole graph world always wanted to know, like who is rest in peace, Mike, because that shit you pushed it religiously, and now I know why. That's your real blood brother.
Still,
wow. That was your older brother? Older?
Nah, he passed away in 21. I was 3 years older than him.
Wow, man, that's fucked up. All right, fucking now. What about crews? Like what was like the first cruise that you was like down with and shit?
First crew I think I was ever down with was KD. King's Destroy. one of the crews, yeah.
My bad. Hold on, man. That's my daughter. My bad. And shit. So, because I always thought that Cope is not the prez of. Could you tell Amina to stop calling me?
She's upstairs, that's why she's calling you.
Take this over
Tell
there.
Amina to stop calling her.
My bad.
Oh, you say my own personal crew?
Yeah, like no, the crew, like the crews you pushed and shit. What was the first crews you pushed?
Definitely, it was. I think it was KD was the first crew I pushed.
Oh no. All right, so my bad. But I was saying that I thought Cope the prez of KD because that's always what I thought. I don't want you to say.
He put me down with it. And I pushed, that was the first part I pushed. I pushed that one.
Wow.
So it took a minute for me to get to that level, you know.
I love you. Was there a point in time when you hit a level that you noticed that you was getting like respect or notoriety?
I don't remember when, but definitely a lot of people ask me to put the first crew. You know, and I push it here and there just to show love, you know what I mean? But I'm really outlaw when it comes to that because you know what, niggas start a lot of trouble and then you got to get involved with some shit and risk your freedom or even maybe get stabbed or get shot, you know. You know, too many gangsters. So you know, I stick and move. You know what I mean? I say what's up. I show respect. I salute to them. But I usually stay to myself, and I push a few crews here and there.
What do you think is the most legendary crew in graffiti ever? Has the most ill killers?
I gotta say that I know of. I gotta say KGB back in those days. Definitely KGB. Even BTC and what was the other crew that they see on there? And that damn crew, BTC and what was this guy's crew? Oh, guy's name. But anyway, they were in the same area. It was BTC and some other crew. I forgot what it was in the area. I can't remember it. But those are they had a lot of beef. They had a lot of beef. You know, he was near had a fight. You know, a big fight with JA and all this crazy stuff. Rest in peace. That's why they there. And and there was a bunch of crews around other boroughs that they had. You know, their beef and shit, the big fucking crew fights and types of crazy. I was always dope. I was always on the sideline doing my thing. You know what I mean?
Since you see, we're both 2-letter tag niggas. You was talking about it before that your first tag was clear, it was too long. But if you could, you comfortable with the 2 letters? If you could change it like to a 3-letter to do a big giant stretch out shit, would you?
Nah, what I would like to do is when I do a TD, just add the 2 E's at the end. But I'm not very talented with doing throw-ups and pieces and none of that. You know what I mean? I'm right now comfortable with the TD the way I'm doing them now. I'm happy it took me almost like 30 years to get it down right. You know? But it's finally coming out better now. I like it now.
I like it because it's just boom, anyone could read it. You know what I'm saying? TD, even people that don't know graffiti, your one-eyed grandmother could see that shit. TD, bang. You know what I'm saying? I like your hand style, the way you write your tag with the lowercase d. That's fire. Yeah. That was your first hand style when you first came up?
I don't know if you remember. I have one that looks like one small hand style is called. It looks like a sailboat. I don't know if you ever seen it. Sailboat. Let me see if I show you real quick.
Sailboat.
Once you see it, probably recognize. But a lot of people ask me why I don't do it anymore. Let me show you real quick. This one here. This was a stop they had for a while, but This is it right here.
Hell yeah! How could I forget?
The original.
That's the original shit. Yup.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do it once in a while, but I just do the lowercase d and shit, TD and shit.
So what about the racking, my nigga? Racking, and when you still were you just do racking a couple of cans here, a couple of cans there from each. At the end of the day, bam, you good?
When I was on tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I already know I'm a do. I have to take a certain amount of cans. If I'm driving, I try to take enough that I already know I'm gonna hit 3 to 5 states. I already know how many cans I gotta get. When I get tired, I'm ready to come home and relax. Whatever pay left, I tell the locals. I let them know is that the third location, the first one there, first one gets it. And you know they find them and they're gonna keep painting and shit. And they do them.
Does it take you more than one can to fill your shit in? Because most of the time it's so solid, and you be doing some brolic fillings a lot of times.
Yeah, I usually take a can Rustos, strictly Rustos, baby. One can.
Ooh, come on, son. Niggas better open their eyes to the damn Rusto, man. I wish they would have never switched the way the caps go or whatever, but Rusto is the #1 always, man, for real. I love Montanas for tags. You know, I'm a tag nigga.
Yeah, I like
and shit. What about a bombing story? Tell me, you must have a million crazy bombing stories. Did you ever get ran up on in any other like country? Like,
one of the first states that we was hitting the spot in Detroit in 2015, and somebody came out with a fucking shotgun and started blasting. They didn't hit. None of us got hit, but the sound of it, we did. We was out. We was out of there. And we got ran up on, and if I'm correct, Guyana. I got ran up in Cuba. Me and Panic was in Cuba locked up, right? Yo, but it wasn't even called locked up. We was in our own room. We was in handcuffs. We was talking with the police, like, you know, goofing off with them. I asked, you know, we was like, we even took pictures with them. They were hype, you know what I mean? We was from New York, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, I'm hungry. I was like, yo, I'm hungry. I turned the guy, I'm hungry. They took me to the fucking cafeteria. They fed me. And I had to pay a $50 fine, bro.
wow.
But there in Guyana, we had to pay like, I forgot how much it was. I think it was like $100 fine or something like that between all of us. But it was Neil's fault because Neil wanted to be smoking all that damn weed. They found the weed and they were like, you got to pay this amount of money.
So it wasn't even grass, it was weed.
Yeah. So, but we was doing grass, but I guess they didn't really care about grass. They wanted the weed found. So Neil had to bless them, and they let us go. And then we got into a situation in Chile, and we was in Chile, and we hit the highway spot, and on the way out, that's like one of the first so he was already out. So on our way out, me and my boy Noke, we seen one of those, you know, the that follows you, the dome that follows you. And he was following, and my boy Noke was like, yo. He was like, yo, the camera's working, it's following us. There's got it, cops are coming. So we started making our way back to the car, and they pulled up on us, my nigga. They still got the guns and everything. They were like, freeze. So like, oh shit. You know, so I was a young buck. He wasn't let us go, but he couldn't let us go because the owner of the highway or the bridge, whatever the fuck it was, he made a complaint and he wanted to follow up on it. You know what I mean? So we end up staying there overnight, fucking freezing in that there stuff. We had to pay $100 fine. They let us go. That's it.
That's wild.
3 places country, yeah.
But then there was countries that you went to that you didn't know the language at all, right?
Yeah, but you know what they usually say that don't talk when you in those different countries, but they'll rob you. It was me, me and Neil and Saz. I wasn't really worried. I had my team, and we eventually we were gonna go all out.
Wow, that shit is scary though, son. Being locked up in another fucking country, bro. That's wild.
I forgot.
The cops never try to extort you, like you don't got more bread.
Those they never came up to us. Only that one time I was sick, but they found that weed. So it was like I was like, my nigga, that's your weed, nigga. You gonna pay for that fine, not me. So he gave me the money because he didn't have it on him, and then he gave it back to us later on.
That's funny. So what was your favorite country to hit so far then?
My favorite country, I gotta say, it was two of them because two of them I did the same feeling. I hit Santo Domingo, DR. We went from one side all the way to the other side. The feeling, me and Stat. The other spot was with Rebo, Volvo, and them niggas from and then L, right? And there's 100 over there in Barcelona. Yeah, Barcelona, we did them shit out there.
That's fire, bro. Nigga went to Spain and killed shit. Oh man, I would love to go to Spain to see that shit.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing that I didn't like about Spain was a lot of the gates are small, so I had to go small. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so we took it out of the tourist section to the hood, to the neighborhoods out. And
so you it's already smashed out. A lot of these countries are already smashed out.
Yeah, they're pretty smashed out. Well, Guyana, they didn't have really no grass. We was like one of the main ones out there. Me, Neil, and Savs, and no, I think it was. I don't remember, but we went out there. There was really no grass. They had a little town there, but there was no graffiti like that out there. In a few places that we went to.
Besides anybody from your team and shit, and like all the regular niggas like Panic and Nope and niggas like that go hit with Savs and Neo and you other countries. Did you see other niggas from New York out in any other country?
Oh, when I was in Colombia, I seen a few writers from New York. Well, so. DR, I met. He was out there with the OG he was from Brooklyn. What's his name again? I forgot the name. Bro. I think I'd be smoking too much weed in my dreams.
So what countries is next? Do you got shit lined up?
I definitely want to go to Vietnam. I definitely want to go to those countries out there. Still hit a couple of more places in Europe. A bunch of places I want to go to. I was talking to this I forgot his tag, but he's from Canada. I'm gonna be going. You can't go to Canada for selling on your rap sheet. So I'm
go Drake's block.
I'm going over there somehow, somewhere. I'm going over there.
Nice. This nigga say he rocks 70 fillings in Spain, nigga. That's so fucking retarded. So do you have you got pictures of all of the shit?
Yeah, most of my I have a lot of pictures. Some videos. Yeah, you have to take pictures. There's a lot of times that like I'm not gonna same shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have. I have 150 of them. I have 50 of them. When I need to do it, sometimes I don't do it. I don't move. Guys.
What about old school photo albums like of old school graph? You got any of that?
I have only very, very, very pictures. I was never a big collector, bro. That's my fault.
Me too, man.
I never and when I was young, I have money to buy fucking camera and film and all this crazy shit. So I just did it and stood. You know what I mean?
Word, I didn't take pictures neither. That's why when like social media came out and everything, you started seeing the old school pictures. I was hype off of that shit. You was hype when social media came out and you seeing the old pictures of your TDs.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, stuff that people never see before, like easy and Josh, they did their thing, but back then they did their thing. So you see, they come out in magazines, pictures, they got paper clippings.
That's a fact, my nigga. Fucking so what about did you documented the 50 states, right? Is it you have a movie of it?
No, I don't have a movie. I have videos and pictures.
But are you going to make some type of a movie?
That's the plan. That's the plan. I just gotta find the right people to do. Because I want my shit exclusive. I don't want a regular video or you know what I mean. I want it done right.
Nah, it has to be that's a monumental feat that you did, and the person that you are has to be documented the right way, basically. So
Definitely.
yes, and if I hear anybody, I'll let you know, my nigga, for real, because niggas need to see that shit, boy. So you got footage of every state, rocking something, at least one filling in every state.
Yep.
That's fucking sick, bro. What about Hawaii? Because I heard Hawaii was like hard to get into.
It wasn't hard. It wasn't hard when I got through. I got there easy. I bonded with two of the locals from over there. They showed me around. They probably, I think, 20, 25, 50, whatever it was. It wasn't that bad. Hawaii to me, the only thing that they had over there was the beach. Everything else was run down.
Oh, word.
Most of the places was run down. They have a nice little place where they have the houses and shit, but where I was at was most run down.
What was the smallest state that you ever hit and shit? Like, meaning like there wasn't the least amount of spots.
You know what? I think you have to ask me. I don't remember. I think I remember only one. I think that was Nebraska. It was there, no graph at all. So, me and him dropped a few. Even at Iowa, we dropped the amount, but it was only like area, a whole bunch of colleges and bars and shit. So we went into the town and we hit that. We left after that. I would say one of them definitely was Nebraska. The other one was shit. I think was it South Dakota, North Dakota? One of them. It wasn't too much drive.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Now, South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska, there's not a lot of grass.
There's not a lot of grass.
That shit is all trees. That shit is all fucking trees.
It's a blank canvas.
That's fucking crazy, my nigga. But how long did you stay in each? Was it different times and there was more shit to hit, so you had to stay longer in certain places?
Well, it depends. If we we'll be there 1 day, 2 days the most. We'll bomb, we'll sleep, wake up, and head to the next place. Sometimes I stay in a place 2 days tops, because like I said, I want to do enough. So I want to be remembered and talked about. You know what I mean? So I have to do it. I have to be.
That's crazy. So like the pressure is on. Like as soon as you land, you gotta start work and get that paint, start hitting spots, looking out, boom, 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 and start going to work.
How do you know what to hit?
Exactly. How do you know where like is the good spots to hit? How do you know where all the spots are at? Is that like you research that before you go?
Yeah, guide that time.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Take us around, but. And there was a bunch of times that I went with Neil. That nigga Neil got a fucking brain, a hell of a brain, because he go on the fucking phone and he finds all the spots, man. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, he's like,
Graffiti that way.
So he's a scout. You know what I'm saying? He's go down and scouting spots.
That's funny.
I don't know how, bro. He does it.
That's crazy. my nigga. So what? It's just like what? You just go online and be like, yo, I'm gonna go hit this state. You know what I'm saying? Whoever want to link up, ba 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 ba.
Now, usually go on Instagram and hashtag the state or the country we're going to, and then when they pop it up,
Good boy.
then we start hitting accident. What's up? And once they know we from New York and they see who we are, they get hyped. They be like,
different story.
Yo, did you ever think it would be like that? Did you ever think it would be like that? That niggas from different states and countries would know who you are and shit, and be like, oh shit.
I was shocked a lot of the time, bro. Like they know about it, bro. They really know, especially if you put that word. So I gotta definitely give a shout out to all the guys that took me around and showed me love. You know what I mean?
That's dope as fuck.
Yeah, that's mad crazy and shit, because to be from another state or another country, you know what they do? They fucking study New York, because that's where you know it's the Mecca. You know what I'm saying? That's what they would die to come to New York, and you know what I'm saying. So they know who's killing shit, and that's wild, bro.
They say like, oh shit, you TD, all right, boom. Word. And then they be like, all right, we're gonna hit this.
Exactly. What do you think about Graph now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you said there's a lot of young niggas that get you hype and shit, but what about, do you think practice and style needs to be practiced more? What do you think about the younger generation? What do you think?
Listen, when I first started bumping, I was a toy ass nigga. And my style was never right for many years. But I was still doing my thing. So the young generation that's doing it now, just keep doing it, keep practicing. Yes, most of y'all, maybe some of y'all get better, some of y'all probably stay the same. But if y'all keep putting the pain and y'all keep doing your thing, y'all will get knowledge, y'all will get respect one day.
That's like what a lot of people say. You know what I'm saying? Just keep doing.
Yeah, but it's just like when in the 90s, in the early 90s. And shit, when I was young like that, there wasn't a lot of niggas like that, like on the TD status that would be like, oh shit goes, you know, salute or whatever. They'll be like, you're a fucking toy and try to take your paint, you know what I'm saying? So it's good when OGs, you know what I'm saying, like us, we give it up to the, you know what I'm saying, and try to help the younger niggas.
That's one thing that I don't like. Or when I'm dealing with a bunch of dudes, they be like, oh, this toy, this toy, that. Nigga, you was a toy one time before, you know? All toys, you know?
You gotta remember where the fuck you came from.
And we have to keep putting that work in and earn our respect. And that's where I'm at today. You know, I try to school all the new bucks. Every time somebody hit me up on the DM, I answer every single body. You know, even though it's a dumb question or a question that doesn't make sense, I try to school them all the time, show respect, show love, and let them know the rules. Because we have to let them know the rules, because they the future. If we don't put them on, they ain't gonna be much of a future for a graph. You know what I mean?
Yes,
that's absolute fact. So how are they gonna know what's the rights or wrongs if they just keep getting shitted on us without a niggas telling them this is how you do it?
Yep. So I don't call nobody a toy.
That's a fact, yo. Salute to that.
They be like, yo, why you bombing with that toy? I said, why I'm bombing with that toy? Because that nigga right there want to paint. Y'all niggas be front, or y'all niggas be doing your own thing. He want to paint, we're going to paint. I don't care.
Nice.
Yep. That's dope. That's when you go protege, you know what I'm saying? Like,
who you think you killed? Who you think you kill shit the most with? Because I seen you a lot with a few different people. Like Cole, you did mad feelings with Cole. You did mad feelings with Neo and Sabs. You did mad feelings with Miss 17. You did mad. Who you think you killed shit the most with?
Man, that's a tight one, because I did it with all of them, like you said. 17. I did it with 17. I did it with Cole. I did it with Neo. I did it with Sabs. I did it. Who else? You know. Probably a few more writers than that. Panic and them, that I definitely did it with them. I did a few spots with Mr. KGK Crew. Those are my bros right there. And just the people that I met in different countries and different states, you know, we all did it. You know what I mean? They get a little aggravated because they want to go home, and I'm like, no, it's not time to go home, my nigga. We work.
Yeah.
Yo, matter of fact, the last the last country I think I went to was when we went to Chile, we went to Paraguay and Uruguay, right? I think it was in Paraguay. Yo, it was so many cows out there. So me and my boy No, we was like, yo, we're gonna get off here and walk back. And no, we hit anything on the way back. I said, yo, but how far is it back to the hotel, back to the Airbnb? He was like, about a half an hour. My nigga, 2 hours later, we got to the fucking Airbnb. Yo, I had like 15 cans in my back. I fell face first into the bed. I ordered.
Yo, so T, I think it's safe to say that even if we gave the average writer all the tools for free that they needed to complete what you did, they just physically wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, there's a few, very few.
That's fucking crazy.
Some people just get tired, man. They get tired, they get bored. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy. You have to have the heart and the.
Word. Yo, son, your legacy is so fucking big in graph, man, and it's incredible because you're one of those people that just came back and reinvented himself and just became so important to this generation. People like you, when Cole came back, salute to him. You know what I'm saying? Then to see y'all link up with, Cole linked up with Roach, RGN, and just linking up with younger generations, you and the SB crew. It set a precedent in the world of graffiti that a king like yourself or a person of your stature and the young niggas coming up can coexist, and the things that you accomplish, yo, going now to country and shit, yo, is just fucking amazing, bro. We fucking salute you, man. Is there anything else you want to like touch on before we start, you know, giving shout outs and all of that?
I just gotta say to the young bucks, just keep doing your thing, man. Don't give up. Don't be misled. If any of y'all have any questions or need somebody to talk to, just always hit me up. I'm always available. I always answer everybody that I can. And just stay busy, like the crew. Stay busy, baby.
Stay busy. Yo, T, I got one last question though. One last question. When I was a young kid, like we gotta be around the same age, you know. So when I was young, bro, I don't know, maybe like 15 or some shit like that, I had a fucking a fill-in in a nice spot, bro. It was a crazy spot and it was hot. It was in Brooklyn by the 3 line somewhere, and then you came and you rocked the fill-in right on top of me. And I was, my heart was broken. I was like, oh shit, and I never went over it. Yo, son, I had a white fill-in with a red outline, and you came with a yellow and a black. Bam! And my fill-in was puny compared to yours. You know, I had like a fill-in like this big, and you came on the corner, you did it. It was on the corner, right on the corner where the trade casino was like the best spot. And I was hyped off of that spot. That shit rocked for like a week, and TV came through. Bam! And I was like, oh, yeah, covered my whole shit. And then when you rock that feeling, it rocked for mad years and years and years, yo. I was like, oh shit, son. That's fucked up, T, man.
I don't remember that one, bro.
That was a comment.
Yeah, that was a comment. It wasn't a question. Yo, man, I love you, my nigga. Thank you so much for taking time and spreading your history, bro. You mad important, like I said. You're a special breed. There's only a handful of people like you. You know what I'm saying? You mad special, man. God bless you. We salute everything you do, my brother. Thank you so much.
Respect, baby. Respect.
Alright, you gotta X yourself out. One, yo, that was big motherfucking TD, my nigga. Graph champs, you heard? The all-world king, one of the all-world kings, one of the all-world kings. Yes, we got RAME. Where's Big RAME coming up? Big RAME coming up. So, yo, officially, yo, that was motherfucking TD, man. Come on, rest in peace, Mike. Which we just found out that was his younger brother that passed away, man. Salute to everybody that tuned in. Salute motherfucking A1s. I see you, my brother. Now we got motherfucking. This is the first official out of towner, non-New York nigga that we having on Graph Champs. This is one of the living legends, one of the running kings in Philly right now. Big RAME K.M.D. You heard? So yo, RAME, yo, salute Tabe. I see you. Salute Roach, I see you. Salute everybody, my nigga. Word. Salute JC3, I see you. What it is, Faz, yo, I'm gonna salute to my niggas Fat Caps, Camden, New Jersey, boy. Hit them up on the gram and shit. Get all your graffiti needs met. You heard? I just sent you the request, RAME. We got Big RAME. Let's see what's going on. Big RAME. Hello, yo.
We in the building.
Yo, you see me? I can't see you.
What's the fucking deal?
Yo, hold on. 1 second. Hold on. My bad.
I had to introduce myself. What's the deal?
Okay, I see you. Okay. Yo, salute. This is motherfucking. First of all, you're the first official out of towner. You know what I'm saying? On Graph Champs. You know what I'm saying? And so that's like a special point in this show for me personally.
I
you know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
that. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Yo, so your name ring bells. You got all types of things going on, son. They call you the living legend, the icon in real time, bro. This is RAME K.M.D. Thank you for coming to Graph Champs, my nigga. And we just, in Graph Champs fashion, we're gonna start from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Straight from the beginning. So talk about starting graffiti in Philly. First of all, give me a little lesson in or the supporters a quick little lesson in Philly graffiti, because we're in New York. It's mostly New York niggas.
I mean, you wanted me to tell you some names, some of the guys that is part of our history, or?
I mean, yeah, just a quick summary on a little bit of Philly graph.
Well, Philly graffiti, man. Philly graffiti is all based on hand styles. You know what I'm saying? Philly graffiti, man. It recently, you know what I'm saying? I mean, for a little while now, it evolved to other things. But the thing about Philly is that Philly was basically, our traditional hand style was the wicket. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when dudes like T-Bone, they went to New York, right? He was the first dude that went to New York and came back to Philly and started doing straight letters. So when T-Bone and them guys came to Philly and did that, they were called New Yorkers. So in Philly, like, our whole tradition was like, really learn your wickets, learn your hands, really perfect your hand styles. And then of course you evolve to your throwies, to the pieces, and as high as you want to take it. But it was very important that if you came from Philly, you had to learn how to do a wicket, because that's our traditional hand style. So that's one thing about Philly graffiti, man. Philly graffiti is just...
So could you elaborate on the wicked hand style? Is that the tall, skinny tags that go in like a continuous one-liner or something?
No, those the skinny tall tags are called tall hands. Those are basically, tall. You stretch them out a little bit with a lot of penmanship. You got to try to get them as neat as possible. And those are called the tall hands. The wickets is something like this, when you really add clutches into your hand styles. Shit like that.
Those
Okay.
are called wicked traditional hand styles. But that's you know what I mean, that's kind of much what you know what our tradition and our history is really all about. It's really the wicked.
So let me just ask a quick question about that, because the one thing that you definitely could know about a Philly rider, no matter where they're at, is by the hand style. Because you know, you see the hand style, you'd be like, oh, that nigga's from Philly right there, and shit. So who invented the hands? Who invented that?
Yo,
Do you know?
I'm
Like,
so glad. Listen, I'm so glad you asked me that because I'm only doing this because I fuck with you. Because y'all know I got my own little podcast coming out. But I went to the garage and I got some history for y'all. I got some history of Philly, who invented the wickets, who started this, who started that. So basically, right, I'm from from the 90s era. Like I didn't really start getting busy until like 95, 96. And those is the routes that I got documented with pictures with me and Rakan when we went all the way down Southwest Philly, down the bottom, West Philly. Like I took a few routes with Rakan. You know what I mean? For those that don't know Rakan is the president of K.M.D. He's the best wicked writer, like hands down, that you know our city ever seen. And I got a binder with nothing but letters to prove it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got binders and shit, you know what I'm saying? So you know that's my bro. He's been locked up for the last 14 years for second degree homicide. He be home in like 3 years, 4 years, real soon. So you know when it come to wicked styles, I went to the garage, I got the scrapbook, and I also got this personal book with some of the names that started this Philly culture. So of course, first I got the name that everybody knows about because it's been documented. Cornbread the legend. Cornbread. Then you got from Philly. Right here you got Johnsky. He's the first writer in the world to ever do a happy face. He originated that. Well, let me say in Philly. Let's keep it in Philly. He was the first writer in Philly to originate a happy face, which now that has become a trademark to graffiti writers all over the world. You know what I mean? Remember, guys, when we talking about history, we got to go back because history means his story. Shit gets switched around a lot. So when we talking history, let's bring out the news articles, the pictures. That's how you're able to tell what happened at what time. So this guy right here, JS, he was the one that originated the happy face. Then you got right here, Jap and Maniac. These was all, you know, Maniac was from a crew called Sam One, which the whole crew, it was all about wickets. You couldn't even get in that crew if you knew how to do tall hands, script hands, stiff hands. You had to be a wicked guard to get in SAM. Don't get that fucked up, right? So then now we got Notorious Big. Him and the other guy, Popcorn. Popcorn died. I met him. He was in a wheelchair before I met him, before he died. But Notorious Big is the inventor of the wicked hand style. You know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, hold on, y'all. I know a lot of people really gonna, you guys is really gonna enjoy this, man. Because you know what I'm saying? One thing about Philly graffiti is that, just like my man said, when we go to Miami at the Bezel and we drop a hand, niggas know, yo, that's them Philly dudes. So it's something very unique about our style that we have kept very traditional, so we can stand out like this. So when we go to Paris, we stand out and whoever's out there. So check it out. Just so y'all can see, this is Notorious Big. This is the guy that gave birth to the wicked hand style that made us the most traditional hand style, you know, to ever come out of Philly. Notorious Big.
So he's credited with being the first one then? The
Yeah,
creator?
there's a documentary called Sly Artistic Masters, which they broke that down. Now this guy right here is like I tell everybody, man. I've seen a lot of great writers. I never seen nobody put wickets together like Rakan. this is the traditional Philly wicket style. To some people, you know what I mean, it's hard to read because it has a history, it has a legacy that you have to learn to even read these type of letters. But something a little more basic, you see how it says RAKAM? It's like,
Yeah.
it's
See it now.
the tall hand, but with some clutches. So the wickets is basically, you know, you add clutches to each letter so they all look the same, and you know, you throw a little bit of funk on it.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. The hand styles that come from the Philly Riders, bro, is retarded, bro. And just watching your videos of you catching shit and everything, it was impressive, my nigga, because the hand style is retarded. I'm not even gonna lie, my nigga. Especially the one you're talking about right now, because I see you catch one, boom, 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 like that, with the same things on the bottom right there, the same flow.
Yeah, no,
How long did it take?
it's just like with anything else, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, if you're a pizza, it takes a lot of years, it takes a lot of dedication, it takes a lot of time for you to really, you know what I'm saying, get to that level. So it's just like that with the wickets, man. Yeah, I mean, I remember growing up, you know what I'm saying, like me, you know, hip hop was in me. My father was a drug dealer, you know what I'm saying? I was already raised shooting guns on New Year's Eve. My father was a drug dealer, right? All he listened to was fucking hip hop. So I remember me growing up, I just wanted to be like him. So hip hop was something that, you know, when I heard Rakim, that influenced me to get a name with a R.A. And then of course Rakan. So hip hop played a big part, you know what I'm saying, in my life. And graffiti being the first element of hip hop, because let's get that straight. It started with the graffiti. So
All right, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Ask me the question.
No. I was gonna ask. So then, that's how you got your tag.
Yeah, well, the RAME came influenced from Rakim, which was one of my favorite MCs, until I heard Big Pun. When I heard Big Pun, he took Rakim's title, you know, with that blow the sun away. Yo, that shit was crazy. Yo, listen, man, ain't nobody put it together like Pun, man. And I love Pac. Listen, when Pac came out with Hit 'Em Up, that's when I bought my first gun. When I heard Pac. Straight up, man. I heard Hit 'Em Up. I went and grabbed me a fucking little 25, and I used to go to the handball court with that thing on me. You know what I'm saying? So, but when Pun came out, it kind of changed the way I thought, the way he put the bars together, the lyrical content. And by the way, SR, the introduction to Graph Champs, that shit is hard body. That shit is hard body.
Yo, Sonny bodied that shit, right?
Listen, man, that shit is hard. I think I'm gonna start playing that shit before I step outside for a while.
Yo, that's the official Graph. That's the official Graph song right there, bro. Salute to my man Dios Diablo, man.
That's that nigga.
For real. That shit captured the essence of what this show is about. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you about Philly. Like, the streets of Philly is just like New York. Is there's a lot of shit to hit? How is it like?
I mean, as of now, to be honest, man, the buff is crazy out here. The buff is buffing a lot of shit. You gotta stay in them highways, you know what I mean? Go downtown where the people's at. But you know, the buff is crazy out here in Philly right now. But it wasn't always like this, man. Like, I remember, man, growing up, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had to really stand out, because you drove around and you had 100 tags on each wall, man. Like, niggas was Philly, bro. Watch Rocky. You know what I mean? The Rocky Balboa films and all that shit. Rocky Balboa. Like, Philly was just fucking 1,000 tags on every wall, man. You know what I'm saying? Then you had the most iconic crews. Like, you had motherfucking ICP. They always breaded nothing but hitters. Like, I'm talking about 40, 50, 60, 70 writers, legible dudes. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, you had your KIW, Kings in War, Kings and Wickets. Then, you know, you had Law One. You had fucking, of course, K.M.D. But I'm speaking outside of my, you know what I'm saying? I'm speaking toward the old heads.
What does KMD stand
Well,
for?
KMD stands for causing more damage. Because at that time, all right, let me make it clear. When we came out, right? Shout out Rakan, shout out Rest in Peace Sizer, shout out Mir, Sarm, and I would say Kane. They were like the front linemen of KMD in the 90s. We was 54 deep at one time, and we had everybody in KMD had crazy styles. You couldn't even get in KMD unless you was already an all-star. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how Rakan was like a Shaolin monk when it comes to graffiti, man. This nigga, we would chill in his crib, 10, 15 deep every night. We had one of the biggest weed blocks in North Philly, in Westmoreland. So we would get money outside. Then we would hang in his crib, which was the hangout crib. And we would chill in his room watching Faces of Death. You know what I mean? Banging shit like the Wu-Tang Purple Tape. And everybody's just writing. Everybody's like this. So we started to sharpen each other's sword. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, I was probably one of the worst writers. Like, I didn't even care about writing. I was all about, you know what I'm saying, focus on getting some of that. You know what I'm saying? So back at that time, I'm like, I was like the goon. One of the ones that every time KMD had beef, you knew, yo, Brain gonna jump out with them niggas and pull out them things. So I was always like the goon out of that. I wasn't the one that really had the pen like Sizer, like Empire, like them dudes really perfected the Poison clans that Rakan, you know, the techniques he started to pass down. Because you know, one thing about us in Philly is, man, we preserve our history. So KMD, you got to be in KMD in order to get these Poison clan wickets. So Rakan passes them down to those who are ready. So me, I wasn't really too much into the graffiti. I was more into the street shit, getting money and trying to get money and doing all of that. Just, you know what I mean? But Rakan was like, yo, Rain, listen, man, you got the heart, my nigga. Every time there's a problem, you jump. You got the heart. Now you gotta start writing. So he don't want to kind of put that in me, man. And you know, being next to the best wicked writer in the city, at that time he wasn't. But I always knew Rakan was gonna be the best, man, because he could sit down and do over 100 wickets. Like, I done seen books from the greats, and don't get it twisted, we got a lot of greats. But to my personal opinion, I have not seen nobody put a wicket like this man right here, man. So, you know, him being so militant, I remember he had a map in his room, bro. Like, this how militant he was. He had a map, and he used to highlight every block he would send us to write on.
So now when it comes to the graph and shit, like so all right, so then RAME was your first tag then?
No, I wrote one name before it, which was RAME, but it was RAEM. And I didn't, you know what I mean, like that's when I was just, you know what I mean, trying to write. But then when I took it serious and Rakan told me, no, listen, RAME, he started to break down the history of graffiti. Because I knew about graffiti. I seen this since I was a kid, but it didn't really hit me until I started hanging with KMD and I started to go to these meetings and meeting the old heads, going to Lemon Hill, going to the ICP meetings, and really starting to go to these places that I started to realize, like, yo, like, this shit is a deep culture. Like, you know, graffiti is deep, man. It's probably the only element in hip hop that haven't been monetized the right way, like rap and all that. But I keep it real, man. What get me in these rooms, it be the graffiti. Most of my friends is top DJs and producers, and I met these motherfuckers through graffiti, man.
Yeah, we have our own world, bro. People don't even know, man. That's why they be looking at us all crazy and shit, my nigga. So when you changed your name to RAME, when? How long did it take you?
All right, I probably did about maybe like 2-3 routes around the neighborhood, cause I had a little team myself. Mind you, I was probably about I was 15, 14, selling weed in my own neighborhood that I would steal from my father. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my pop used to keep pounds in the basement. So I would go down there and tap his shit. So mind you, I'm in middle school. So I got the weed. I'm in middle school with the weed. Niggas like, yo, this is the man. You know what I mean? I got a little dirt bike. I had a little a 3-year joint. So I was always an influencer before fucking social media, man. Don't get it fucked up. So I had my own little team selling weed in my own neighborhood from weed that I was taking from my pop. So I started a crew. It was called SBP, Strictly Bombing Philly. It was about 4 or 5 of us, but none of them niggas really had a hand. I used to have to throw everybody up. I used to have to throw AP up, Spade up, fucking Reap. I used to have to write everybody's name. So in my neighborhood, the dudes that was serious about graffiti at that time was K.M.D. That was like the serious graffiti crew. Like, these niggas was militant. It was over 20 of them dudes at that time that were really fucking dope. So at that time, I'm like 14, 15. I asked my man Amos, Santos. I'm like, yo, can you take me up there? I want to meet Rakan and them. So I met Rakan and them, and from there, man, I just started hanging with them. I started hustling out there, and then years go by. And you know what I'm saying? That's how it turned out to be what it is now. But that's how I met Rakan when I was like 14, 15.
Wow. So you've been in this for a long time, my nigga.
Yeah, listen, man, it became part of life, just like music, man. You know what I'm saying? I was 7, 8 years old, you know, listening to the hip hop, and at the same time, it was like everything with me, everything sparked at the same time. I remember, listen, in my city, people used to look at me like I was, the fuck you doing writing on walls, nigga? Like, we out here getting this money. And I used to be like, money ain't got shit to do with graffiti. And I'll pull out my bread too. Like, don't get it fucked up. But it wasn't like now the graffiti writers like, oh shit, like this nigga. Before, man, people used to like be like, what the fuck how you 20 years old still tagging on the wall? Like, they just couldn't understand it because it was so mysterious in Philly. It's like nobody really knew who these graffiti writers was. The niggas was always mysterious. You had to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody that can get you around this nigga as a writer. It wasn't easy to go around graffiti crews.
That's funny. How long? All right, so North Philly, South Philly, like, how long would it take you to destroy and king the whole Philly, like, on a realistically?
I mean, listen, if it's all on you. If you gonna paint every night for a week, I think you could go to 5 different parts of Philly in a week. You could go to North Philly one day, try to beat it up a little bit. Go to West Philly another day, South Philly. So it depends on you, how you are as a bomber. You know what I'm saying? But
what's your favorite part to hit?
in Philly, man, to be honest, man, it's something about them tunnels, man. If I would say my favorite, listen, man, I got an introduction to the movie called Tagging Ass City, right? This movie documented the handstyles of Philly. My introduction was I went in the Broad Street tunnels through Logan. Logan is is you in the hood. Logan Valley, shout out my nigga Louis Blanco and them niggas. Logan, niggas, I went down Logan with a GoPro on my chest and with a videographer next to me. So basically, I documented me going down there taking tags. But that shit made the movie, man. They liked that shit so much. The producer, he was like, yo, we got to use this for the introduction of the movie. So my favorite spot to go down there, it would be the tunnels. I wasn't a tunnel rat. Like, you got dudes that actually, like, you got BX, you know what I'm saying? You got Cadism. You got dudes that were tunnel rats. I wasn't a tunnel rat, but that's like the most legible historical spot to hit in Philly.
So there's a train, there's an elevated train in Philly, right?
Yeah, in Philly we got the Broad Street line that goes underground, and then we got the L that goes on top. The L is where niggas do a lot of their rooftops, cause you know what I mean. People catch the L and they see all the rooftops, which I did too when I was a young boy. I remember getting on the L, looking at King Care, fucking Ozo. You had dudes like EZ, MB, that was really like focused on the rooftops at that time. So, you know, the rooftops always became a part of our history as well.
What about so what's your favorite, because you hit highways too, right?
Listen, I hit whatever I can hit. If I done did shit in highways, man. I went underground in the tunnels, which, you know, in the tunnels, the one thing about, you know, the tunnels is that Rakan always used to tell us, you got to put work in the streets before you try to even think of going underground.
That's nuts.
You got to at least, you had to at least have 10, 15 years in the streets before you will go in the tunnels and your peers will accept you.
If not, they would just go over your shit. It's a spot.
Yeah, listen, the tunnels was something that, because the shit is that a lot of writers would go down there and they would just start writing in the tunnels and go over old heads and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Listen, when I went in the tunnels, I looked at the walls like 2 or 3 times before I took my little tags. Because you had niggas down there that are dead. Niggas down there that are doing life. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I didn't want to go on top of their names. So, you know, Philly, you know, listen, man, don't go down in those tunnels until you got that work, until you put work in the streets. And then as a Philly Graph community, niggas is like, yo, this nigga been killing shit, and they give you the salute. Go down there.
Yo, that's a really fucking great ass way to do it, my nigga. If niggas in New York did it like that, shit would be a lot better, my nigga, because like you know, I was just talking to TD, salute to the younger niggas, to the new generation, but a lot of younger niggas that don't know the history or don't even want to know about the history, they'll just go over anybody. Oh, Philin goes over tag.
They don't know the rules.
Yeah, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? And even if
but then you know what happens to them? Remember that boy that had the video that went viral? They got his shit all bloody in New York. The little skinny white boy that was like, oh, they hit me. New York writers are crazy. Well, that's what happens, man. You don't respect the rules, man. Niggas will touch you out here, man. Real fast.
Word. Over here, I feel like, you know, a lot of shit, people just let a lot of shit go because they don't want like the younger niggas to go over their shit, I guess. I don't know. But like me personally, I'm from an older generation, you know what I'm saying? And I would not go over the niggas not from the older generation before me. Hell no, nigga. Like, I always say the same story, my nigga. There's a nigga, an OG nigga, Finn, and shit, and I was bombing. And it was nighttime, my nigga, and there was a wall with all fillings, and then on the corners, like one of the best spots, there was no filling, and I was about to just rock a fucking a filling, my nigga. You know what I did? It was dark. Before I was about to spray the wall, my nigga, and I pulled out my phone and I put the light, and there was a faded fib tag there, and that's what it was. Everybody was respecting that tag, and I was like, oh,
that's why the spot was empty.
That's why the spot was empty.
That's what it's all about, and that's the only thing that's gonna keep our legacy pure. And basically, just like how you said, you see an old head. Listen, man, you respect that. Sometimes I done seen duck tags and I cross the street. I won't even hit the wall. Like if it's a dude that I really look up to, or not even look up to, but if it's a dude that his name is, he's an elite. You know what I'm saying? You see one of them ICP tags on the wall, you don't crowd that nigga. Go to the other side. You see some shit up there that's, you know what I mean, some duck shit, some, you know what I mean, niggas that don't even write around, or people that are dead, you definitely do not even right near that shit. Because you gonna get him buff. Think about it. If that tag been living for 40 years and they ain't buffed that tag, and you go get a tag right next to it with a juicy pink dot, you know what I'm saying? Some shit. Listen, you gonna get that man buff. So, you know, us in
Yup.
Philly, man, I'm one of the ones that still, you know, run by the rules and you know, keep that honor.
This is crazy.
Yo, that's a fact, bro. Yo, Philly niggas is doing it the right way. So I salute to y'all niggas. Yo, what about any New York niggas? Did you see like any New York? What? No, no. What about this? Do you know about? Did you come to New York and bomb, or doing Philly niggas study New York niggas? We get any type of props from y'all
Yeah,
like that? Like,
and listen, check it out, right? This how deep the history goes, man. T-Bone, he went to New York. He was already witnessing tags. The evolution of rap was already taking off. So he go to New York. He said he went in the tunnels, and this motherfucker seen a fucking train pull up with a jungle, like the whole fucking production. They had the jungle, fucking crazy shit. He came to Philly and started doing them straight letters and all that shit. So when it come to New York, I always saluted New York, because listen, whether the style was birthed in Philly and then the pieces were birthed in New York, think about it. The East Coast, we became the mecca to a global phenomenon. Of course, the tags was birthed here, but if it wasn't for New York, them pieces would have never got in the subways. If it wasn't for that, the culture never would have went to where it's at now, just with tags. So I always salute New York. I fuck with New York heavy, man. I'm not one of them niggas that's like, oh, I'm from Philly, so the fuck. Listen, I fuck with everybody. New York got some crazy bombers. They influenced me in a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start doing feelings, you know what I mean, and really start studying. Bro, a Scuff from YKK was one of the dudes that I started seeing the way he bombs, and I was like, yo, like it influenced me in a way. Then, of course, when Bona came to Philly at that time, and he was doing a lot of rapping walls up. So at that time, mind you, in Philly, the wicket is king. I don't give a fuck how many fillings you do. In Philly, the wicket is king. But
wait. So in Philadelphia, it doesn't matter if you do big giant filling. If you got the fucking wicked style,
a filling goes over tags. But what I'm saying is that in Philly, if I do one of my wickets and a writer does another one of their throw ups, it equals the same amount. So for an example, if I'm a fan and I see a wicket right there, and then I see a dope ass filling, I can't say the filling is better than the wicket or the wicket better than the filling, because it's two different lanes. You know what I'm saying? The wicket stands next to pieces on its own. Because mind you, just like the pieces, it takes niggas 20, 30 years to really perfect how to piece great. When you look at T-Kid, when you look at Scheme, when you look at Coke 2, they've been doing this shit for 30 years, man.
Right. More than that, bro. More than that.
So basically, right, my man Deo, he wrote in Philly, basically, the wicket is king. So basically, if you are out of towner and you come to Philly, you gotta respect the tradition to the point that you can't go over a writer that's dead. Or if you go over wickets, some dudes will be like, some dudes will let it ride, but some dudes will go ham. So basically, a lot of out of towners that come to Philly that I fuck with, even when TD came down here, these are official dudes that we respect. Like, so when they came down here, we fucked shit up. Like TD will tell you, listen, when TD came to Philly, the homie Remo was with him. My man Sad was pulling him in and out the car, out the wheelchair. We out there bombing, getting busy.
Oh, salute Remo,
yes.
BT.
I wrote for him and TD out here in Philly. So
that's my family.
You know, what I tell people is, you know what I'm saying, when you come, it's different rules, but it's just like in any city, because I might be from Philly, but if I go to New York, I'm going to talk to the dudes that's holding shit down. I'm going to talk to the TDs. I'm going to talk to, you know, dudes like Ribs that I just met. I'm gonna talk to the OGs and be like, yo, where can I write at? Like, cause there's rules to every city. It don't matter where you go. Every city has its own tradition, and you gotta learn. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn. You gotta understand that every city is a part of this shit. So when I go to different places, I like to, you know, do my research. And I really ain't been traveling like that, but that's something that, you know what I'm saying, I definitely want to do.
Yeah, so let's say now you got the RAME, boom, the filling, you start going ham and shit.
And yo, it took me years. It took me years, because mind you, in Philly, it's all about the hands and the wickets. So now I got crazy hands, I got little styles, but my fillings was ass. So it took me years to get a filling to the point that I'm comfortable with doing fillings, bro. Because I'm the type that, listen, I'm competitive at anything I do. So when I first started doing a few fillings, I did not run to the walls. There's no pictures of busted ass brain fillings. Don't get it twisted. I went and I practiced in them fucking railroad spots. I went to the R7 and did maybe about, you know, 4 or 5 fillings before I said, I'm gonna take this shit to the street. But you gotta practice, man.
It gives me a whole new look on, because since I'm from New York and I never even looked outside of New York for graph, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm fixated on the, you know, the niggas from New York, basically, pause. But you just gave me a whole new outlook on Philly, because niggas is doing it the way that it should be done in New York, because niggas should be practicing for years and getting that handstyle and knowing their history and everything, because niggas just start writing tomorrow some crazy shit you can't even read and just going over whoever the fuck and not, you know, but still be killing shit. And then they're like, what nigga? And they'll rag anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like so Philly, the way that niggas is doing it in Philly, that's the way it should be done. I salute Philly crazy for that, bro. That's fire. I didn't even think it could be done like that.
It's like boom, all right.
Yeah, you levels to it, my nigga. Yeah, levels, and it is upheld by that standard. It's not just like a New York niggas could talk all that shit, but who's upholding that? Nobody.
Another thing is too that I think there's more writers in New York than in Philly. You know what I mean? Philly is like, because you know, graffiti in Philly, I'm talking about from my point of view, like what I've seen when in the 90s, the dudes that wrote graffiti were in my neighborhood were dudes that were getting money, drug dealers, niggas that was going to jail, like niggas that was from the ghetto, you know what I'm saying? It only took for me to start meeting dudes like Nope and Desard, that Rakan started bringing in the crew, that I started to, I'm like, damn, so you got skaters that write graffiti? I'm like, oh shit. I didn't even know that, because every graffiti writer I knew was Puerto Rican, black, from the hood.
So you always bumping some niggas, right?
When Rakan started to make KMD a bigger crew, he started to specifically select writers that were already like fucking all-stars in their own right. That's how Agua became part of KMD. You know, Nope, Meek, Nemo, dudes like that I'm like, oh shit. So that's when I started to see like, yo, like graffiti is bigger than what I thought it was. I'm like, I thought it was just 50 Puerto Rican niggas is out here selling drugs to be tagging up on shit. But then I started to learn, and I started to see that through graffiti, it touches different people. You know what I mean? You got Puerto Ricans that are from the hood that wrote graffiti, but you also got blacks that are from fucking uptown that get busy and write graffiti. Then you got white dudes that are skaters, listen to heavy metal, they fucking write graffiti. So it just started to become so global that KMD started to grow, and it like, you know, it became one of the most legendary crews in Philly, man. You know what I mean? Of course, you got your ICPs that came before us, salute. You got your crews that were before us, but we were legendary at our own time. And the good thing about K.M.D is that everybody had a hand. Everybody, you couldn't even write K.M.D on the wall. Rakan will not even let you write K.M.D on the wall unless your hand was ready. Cause I'm gonna keep it 100. I was one of those. I had to get in the books and really learn my shit before I was allowed to stamp the K on the wall, man. That's how our history runs, man, deep.
So when you got put down with K.M.D, you know that your shit was officially stamped because you had to be official to even push that shit.
But when it came to graffiti, absolutely. But mind you, I already hustled out there. I hung out there. I was already, you know what I mean, riding for them. Because, you know, we had beefs back in the days, high school days. We would jump in the cars and go fight. Like, we would have free falls. So Rakan always knew, yo, this nigga's a goon. Like, this nigga ride. Like, I mean, he rock out for his brothers. So I was always like, I was around it. But when it came to the penmanship from Cakes, the RAME, because, oh, that's another name I forgot to tell y'all. That was my RAME alias, was K-A-X-E.
What? How you say it?
K-A-X-E. Cakes.
Oh, K-A-X-E. Cakes. Okay.
I mean, you know, but when it comes to like styles, you know, the K, the A, the X, and the E are dope. And the X is a hard letter to do in wickets. So that right there would have stood me out because not everybody could do an X wicket. So Rakan was already ahead of time. But of course, you know, everybody knew me in the hood as Range. So I kind of like kept that name. And then, you know, when I went to jail and came home in 09, when I came home, nobody really from K.M.D was writing. Like when I came home, it was like, we was like, you know, them old crews that niggas know about, but they not active. Like we was like that. Like everybody respected it. Everybody knew Rakan's locked up for what he did. Like everybody knew our name was stamped. But when it came to the wall, it wasn't no new K.M.D shit up on the walls. So when I came home in 09, I linked up with Kane, and from there, man, I started bringing the K.M.D niggas out little by little. The ones that did come out, and then, you know, we kind of like rebirthed it in a way that we started to tuck K.M.D with Men, Bart, you know, of course, Rakan, and a few other guys.
So now, boom, the 90s. How is the scene over there? Is mad niggas like rocking hard, or what's going on?
What you said is niggas rocking hard out here?
Yeah, and I mean, like, and when you started rocking hard with K.M.D and shit, boom, like in the 90s, like who else was rocking hard? There was a lot of, like, was there a lot of other crews that was like killing shit too?
Oh yeah. Listen, man, K.M.D was only, mind you, at that time, you had ICP. Like ICP was one of the most legendary crews in Philly. I'm talking about they had, let me show you, man. Let me show you some wickets from ICP. These niggas right here, these the old heads that Rakan used to look up to. And mind you, Rakan taught us. So we gotta keep it real and pass it down. Look, see these guys right here, bad? CR Star. CP was crazy in Philly, man. Like they still is. Like they got barbecues. Like that's one thing about Philly history, man. Like you could go to crews be having barbecues. They've been doing this shit for 40 years. 40, 50 years ICP been having barbecues. KIW's got barbecues. All the writers, they go to these meetings. You know what I'm saying? Shout out IYA, IYA. It's a lot of history to Philly, man. But me, back in the 90s, man, when like Rakan specifically, look, listen, think about this. You got 30, 40 writers. Everybody got styles. crew, your house is the hangout crew. So niggas is in your house 20 deep every day. Like niggas outside trapping. Niggas come in, it's crazy. His room, you walk in his room and you had to wait for your place to sit down because you already got 15 K.M.D members over there getting knowledge from the God. He's giving niggas wickets, passing them down. Shit was crazy. So mind you, at that time, my hands was in, I was one of the worstest. I really didn't sit down and practice all. I'm out there hustling, driving dirt bikes. I'm like, listen, nigga, I'll go to the walls and I'll bomb on the walls. But he told me that, no, listen, man, you got to sit down and you got to learn these styles if you even want to write K.M.D on the wall. So for me to get that K.M.D officially on the wall, I had to sit down and put the work in, bro. I had to sit down and do, and every style that he gave me, I had to sit down and perfect them. Because to please Rakan is not easy. Like, I'm talking about, this is a guy that got over 100 wickets. He named his styles after Kung Fu flicks, watching Faces of Death. This nigga's like a Shaolin monk, however you pronounce that word. So his fucking room, he had a map of Philly, and he would highlight single block that we wrote on, that he sent us to write on. So when K.M.D came out, we was like the Wu-Tang, like Killer Bees. He would send 5 of us to go from 6th Street, 6 in, let's say 6 in Erie, all the way down to 6 in Spring Garden. And then another 6 of us would be on 5th Street. Another 6 of us would be on 2nd Street. So we all would compete with each other, but we was all K.M.D, and we took that shit all city. My homie Rakan got indicted. He got locked up, and this is proof. I could send you the articles. He got locked up for graffiti, and at that time, K.M.D had $1.5 million worth of damage in our hood to the and where we was at. He told everybody, yo, y'all gotta stop writing K.M.D. Y'all gotta fall back. That's how hot we had the city buzzing.
Hello. What is going on?
What happened? I can hear you.
Yo, do y'all see him?
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't see or hear. You'll hear him no more.
You don't hear me.
Yo, Rame.
What's up? What's the deal? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. I can't see. Wait, hold on.
We good, right? We good? Yeah, we good, man. We good.
I can't see.
They good. They can hear me.
We good, right?
We good. Good, man. We good. They good. They can hear me.
We good, right? We good. Good, man. We good. They good. They can hear me. All right, my bad.
You good?
Good. All right, my bad.
You good?
My bad.
You good?
Yo, let's log back on. Let's log off and log back on because I can't see you. I can't hear you.
Yo, it do sound like some alien shit, right? What you got going on over there? We start the live. What you got going on over there? You wanna jump back out? We start the live.
Yo, you hear me? shit. Jumped off. Alright, my bad, everybody. Yo, fucking technical difficulties. My bad. I'm gonna jump back on real quick. My bad. Trying to. Nah, I'm just trying to find somebody. Boom, right here. Oh, there it is. Huh? Let's see, go live with RAME. My bad, everybody. My bad. Technical difficulties. I just accepted your.
Yeah, we rocking.
You hear me?
Yeah, we good.
All right, cool. My bad, bro. My bad. I even forgot where we was at, bro. These technical difficulties. Oh, this is what I was gonna ask you. So did you ever come to New York to bomb?
I went out there. I didn't go out there on a bombing mission, which is something that I want to do. But I went to the Bronx one time. It was like a task crew event. I met a lot of the old heads out there, and that day I did a feeling out there. But no, I haven't really bombed out there, and that's something that I want to do. I definitely want to come to New York and do some shit out there in the Bronx, all through, man. I'm gonna have to tap in with one of y'all. I'm TD. Listen, when I go to New York, you're gonna see Rambo and TD. We spazzing.
That would be fire, my nigga. And you got there's a million spots in New York. You know what I'm saying? A million.
Yeah, no, it's about that time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, Philly, man, the buff is crazy, but like I said, man, you still can hit the highways. Listen, if you a real bomber, I don't give a fuck where you at. You gonna find a good spot. You gonna look at the alleys. You gonna look at the side of them old buildings. You always gonna find a spot to tag at, man. Always.
So, but what about the gates? So you're saying that if you hit the gates, they paint them shits over immediately?
Yeah, I mean, the clip out here. Listen, man, the anti-cut, they got a whole buffing crew. They call clip. Them niggas that come and clip your shit. The buff is heavy out here. That's why you gotta fucking stay in them highways, man. Right now, I got feelings that are living in the highways. You gotta get them highway spots. I like to hit the back of them red bricks. You know what I'm saying? You go in them alleys. Yo, listen, I got tags in Philly that you walk around and you search for them. And not just me. You got a lot of legendary dudes that they were so strategic at bombing that to this day they got tags that been living 20, 30 years in back alleys. So you know, when I bomb these, I look for shit that's gonna live. Of course, now with the social media, once in a blue, I do it for the video. I jump out and do big tags on the highway. You know what I'm saying? That's just for the videos. But when it comes to the rap, you gotta.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. That's just like me. I try to always write on shit that's gonna be last forever, and I have a lot of spots that've been there 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Still,
Yeah,
rocking.
And you know what, man? One thing that when you bomb like that, other artists and other writers, they understand that. Like they see that, they're like, damn, this nigga's hitting shit that's living, or damn, this dude been spazzing. So it's like, for me, it doesn't matter how you do it, but for me, what I like to do is, you know, I like to really have spots that are gonna live. Now, if I'm doing something for the camera, listen, you jump out anywhere. But when it came, when I was out here, like when I was out here walking routes from 11 at night to 6 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about bombing with fatigues on, with that thing on me, because in Philly it get crazy. When I was doing that and I was on my routes, I always would try to find them little alley tags. You know what I mean? It was all about, in Philly, the rep came like this. They respected you if you had your tag grimy as hood. I'm pretty sure you could relate to that shit in New York.
Same way. Same thing in New York. My opinion is, as soon as you start riding, if you're from the beginning, you have to hit all the grimiest hoods so you can get noticed. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the real niggas is gonna go.
And you know, and you know, when I was coming up, it meant something. You know what I mean? To have the writers that I looked up to kind of accept us. So you know what I'm saying? Like it meant a lot when I met these writers. Like I told you, man, like I had to earn that. I had to really earn getting in K.M.D. It wasn't nothing sweet. Like these was my niggas. But when it came to the wickets and when it came to the technique, I had to earn my shit. A lot of dudes now is like they get cool with you, so they automatic. No, listen, you gotta earn this shit. I'm from the era where you had to earn that shit. You had to walk your routes. You had to bomb in the grimiest hoods. You had to be respected, because I know niggas that had a lot of rep and was some suckers. No. So in Philly, you had to walk. It's like you had to be respected. You had to bomb in the realest hoods. Like your street honor code always had to be on 100 because niggas would test it. So in Philly coming up, man, it was like I was taught that, listen, this graffiti shit is deep. If you're gonna write, make sure you do this shit for the right reasons. There's a culture behind this shit. And I'm telling you, this was back when niggas thought it wasn't cool to be a writer. You know what I'm saying? Back before niggas started getting money to do murals and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about New Jack City. I mean, movies, that was our soundtrack at that time. Like movies, you know, Rocky, shit like that. So it's like you really had to really follow the rules in Philly graffiti to be accepted by your peers. But once you did, it's like Jay-Z, it's a secret society. All we ask is trust. Once you got in and the old heads solidified you, then you start doing routes with the old heads. Yo, listen, it took me 22 years to be able to put my name on the wall next to Boza. Niggas just from Philly know who I'm talking about. Boza. B-O-Z-A. I had to earn that shit. It wasn't no, yo, I just met you the other day, let's go writing. No, man. Niggas would write with you if you was solid. Fuck your handstyle, nigga. Who the fuck is you?
That's what's up, bro. That's what it is, my nigga. I would love to fucking rock a feeling in nigga.
Yo.
Nigga, Rocky right there, cause the J.A. and Ghost, they had their shit in the Rocky too, my nigga.
Listen. When J.A. came through Philly, listen, he was dropping 10 feelings at a time. Niggas was loving him. Listen, bro, one thing about Philly is when you a real bomber and you come through Philly, niggas salute you. Cause the way you bomb. J.A. came through, killing shit, Scuff came through. Yo, listen, it was times that motivated us. We like, damn, we see these niggas out here doing these big ass feelings. I said, fuck that. I'm gonna start doing big ass feelings. So it motivated everybody, man. I love to see out of towners come through all the time. You know, some of them do come through and you know, they'll go over somebody and then next thing you know, Sniper get them the fuck up out of here quick. Or an OG writer would put bullseyes all over them niggas. But the ones that do respect our city, we love y'all, bro. We salute y'all.
So like out of time, see, like if I, that's why I would just do a fill-in on a blank wall. Like I wouldn't go over anybody.
No. Listen, there's rules, bro. And you got to understand, there's a lot of writers in Philly that they ain't earned that status to not get going over. You know what I'm saying? So you got regular writers that you know, if they do a tag, you could do it filling over them. But what I'm saying is, you got specific writers that are dead, locked up, them type of dudes you do not want to go over. So you do got to learn the history if you're going to get into like bombing hardcore in Philly. Or you could just do what Cass and Gus and them be doing, you know, killing the highways. Listen, that right now in Philly, that's popping crazy, man. The highways, out of towners. When dudes come to Philly, they hitting highways. They hitting, you know, downtown. You want to get the spots where people drive through. But of course, to us Philly niggas, the back blocks was always going to be the king. Like, if you're not walking them back blocks, shout out to my man Dayo. Shout out to Sayes. I see y'all in the building. If you ain't walking them back blocks in Philly, your shit going to get buffed. So it's like you could come out for 6-9 months killing shit. But if you don't know how to strategically bomb, your rep going to be gone. Because Clip is out here buffing every day. Now, you do a spot, the next day that shit getting buffed, 4 in the morning. Especially if you don't know what to specifically try to write on. If you just go out there just for the rap and you hitting everything, they gonna buff you quick. You gotta walk them back blocks. You gotta try to find those spots that's gonna live. But to be honest, man, they buffing out here crazy. It ain't too much of that.
So who's your top 3 or top 5 all time?
All right, I gotta specifically, when somebody asks me like, "Yo, Rain, what's your like, you know, Philly top 5 or whatever?" Like, you know how everybody got a top 5, right? In my top 5, everybody's in a different lane too. Like, for an example, I got Care on my top 5. I got Care at that time when I was a teenager and I used to jump on the trains. I used to see 10, 15 rooftops back to back. King Care, big ass block letters. So Care is one of the guys in my top 5. Then I got dudes like,
what is a
Disco Duck.
It's C-A-R-E?
K-A-I-R.
K-A-I-R.
They called
Care.
him the king of the blue line, man. Scotty, what up, Scotty? The king of the blue line. This nigga ruled it. So me coming up, I would ride the L and I would see them big ass King Cares. So he's definitely in my top 5. And mind you, there's no one to, it's just 5. There's no order. So King Care definitely was, you know, the straight letter king, you know, the rooftop king. So he influenced me in that, like, you know, I liked him because of that. Then, of course, Disco Duck. Disco Duck, it was more because I didn't really experience too much of Disco Duck back in the days, but Rakan will always tell us about him. He was, Disco Duck and Rakan father were real cool. So when Rakan would pass us down the history and take us to Lemon Hill, we would go to the ICP meetings and shit. I always gravitated towards Duck because he was like the loudest one, always had a full bottle. Big legend. You know, he's very legendary, man. He started a group called TRK, The Real Kings. And it's only about a handful of them dudes, man, who really had to be one of the elites. So, of course, Disco Duck. I can't forget about Notorious Big, because Notorious Big is the one that gave birth to the Wicked. So I would say Care, Notorious Big, Disco Duck, my brother Rakan, and of course, man, Catism.
Catism? C-A-T-I-S. Catism. Okay, Catism. Okay.
So I would say Catism, Duck, Care, and Notorious big.
So that's your top.
No,
what about throw-ups?
Listen, man, Cat earned that in Philly. I don't give a fuck what platform you in, man. If niggas talking Philly graffiti, you got him. If you not naming Disco Duck, Cat, you know what I mean, dudes from ICP, like the old heads that, you know, in the 90s, yo, rest in peace, Praise. Shout out to Praise. But you know, I was from the hood, so I looked up to dudes that, you know what I'm saying, was North Philly hustlers, you know what I'm saying? The Catisms, you know what I'm saying? The Bozers, the Auto Thugs, the K.M.Ds, you know what I'm saying? The ICPs, the KIWs. And then you had, bro, I remember Earning Enemy was fucking Philly up with that hot paint. Earning Enemy, T.O.P. So many crews, man. So many crews to name, but you know, yeah.
What about that? Because I seen you rocking the catch that drift, catch my drift.
Well, you know, catch my drips is basically, you know, K.M.D is the crew that I represent. So we always had a lot of different, you know, things that, you know, what we say, you know, we think, you know, it means. So K.M.D was originally causing more damage, causing mad destruction, keep making dollars. And then, you know, Rakan will always write to kiss my dick. And yeah, he had a few. And listen, if Rakan threw a wicket next to you in the 90s and he wrote kiss my dick, he meant that. Them punchlines was crazy. You know, we was the flat black abusers. Don't get it fucked up.
That's funny.
Listen, man, yo, the punchlines in Philly, that's another thing. I might write next to you, and it might not be that deep. Like, we not beefing. It ain't that deep. But it was a very competitive sport in Philly. So back in the 90s, niggas would leave a punchline next to your shit that, you know, that you understood what the punchline meant. When Sizer, I remember when Sizer did that punchline, A Street, the block that stays hot. Listen, man, that block was scorching. Scorching. Picture 50 Puerto Rican bulls always hanging on the block every day, and they got a crib to hang out of, and they selling weed outside.
It should sound like Brooklyn.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
Sound like a school.
And we in the crib watching Faces of Death, banging that fucking purple tape.
I remember the Faces. I think you spell Rakan R-A-K-A-N, right?
Yeah, Rakan is R-A-K-A-N. He's been locked up for the last 14 years. He got like 4 more years on his minimum. But he definitely, you know, he's one of my biggest influences, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of times, you know this, and just because he's your brother or just because he's your homie, we kind of forget. Like, listen, man, you in the presence of some legendary shit. And I always knew, bro, Rakan was gonna be one of the ones that, you know what I'm saying, that took it to that level. And to this day, man, like me as a fan first, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times we speak as a writer, but we don't take ourselves out. If I exclude myself from this as a fan first, I'm a fan of Wickets. It's a very selective few dudes that I've seen that could do this many wickets. Like, this motherfucker could do over 100 wickets. It's not too many people that could do that. And they're all perfected. Specifically, his like, it's like yo, it's crazy, bro. It's insane.
Yo, so just talking about the history of Philly graffiti and how the rules go and everything, and what's accepted, and the years of work you have to put in. And shit, it's like it's a lot of pride that is put into the culture that's over there. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. That's very very fire because, you know, a lot of times that shit gets lost in the mix, you know what I mean? And it's all politics and, you know, greediness
Yeah.
and shit. But
And
that it's
even with
pretty
me,
dope,
man,
man.
like even with me, like you see me right now, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm on live with y'all. I appreciate that, man. A lot of New York dudes out there that probably never heard of me, you know what I'm saying? And they're just listening to this because of your platform. But it's like it's so dope to be able to show you guys like the history, the tradition, you know what I'm saying? Like the pureness of Philly graffiti. You know what I'm saying? When I put it ain't about Rame as a writer. When I pull my books out, you seen I got the OGs, man. And that's very important, man. And a lot of people that don't keep that legacy and that history pure, what happens is history's being rewritten. Because history's nothing but his story.
Yeah.
That's the Bible. That's the Bible.
That's a fact, son. That's the Bible
You know what I'm
right
saying?
there, son. That's a fact.
So I always pay homage to the ones that came before me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's my brother. He be home real soon, man. But when it comes to these wickets, man, he definitely earned that. You know what I'm saying? He earned that.
Yeah, that's like only your motherfucking masters.
That's a fact, son. And the nigga's an innovator and shit. And yo, it's dope, man. And the way you put, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's bigger than yourself. The way you put the history and the legacy and the crew, and you give it up like that. That niggas is moving right, son. We salute that, bro. I salute the fuck out of all of y'all niggas for
Yeah,
real.
definitely,
Niggas
man. And
need more
listen, man,
unity.
anytime y'all come to Philly, you know what I'm saying? We outside with it. We outside. We hitting them highways. You know what I mean? We gonna walk them back blocks. And we gonna, you know what I mean? We gonna tag.
That's what's crazy. It's like each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Word. We need more unity. Like we need more unity and more accountability like that. And from the New York niggas, be for real.
Listen, man. And you know what though? Like to be honest, man. Like from my perspective, it's not just one city, man. It's like we all gotta everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know the graffiti is come to what it's come to. You gotta embrace it. My last event, right? I was talking to one of my homies, right? And he's like, Rame, I love the fact that every time you do an event, you go try to get writers that are, you know, better, like more legible than you. It's like I always want to be in a room with dudes that are bigger than me. It ain't about you. If I could do a show and I'm next to Cornbread, I got I got New York niggas. It's like the bigger the room, the brighter the room, the more stars is in the room, the brighter the room. Some dudes, when they start to get that shine, when they start to get that spotlight, they want to automatically keep it on themselves. And I never been like that, man. It always been about my culture with me. That's what the podcast is all about. Tag talk, the art of bombing. And basically that's what it is, man. You cannot rewrite history, man. You just got to be a part of it. When I speak, I always say, listen, man, I look up to the ones that came before me. You know what I'm saying? I look up to the Disco Ducks, the Catisms, the Racons, the Earn, the Enemies, the Fars. Like I always looked up to them guys when I was coming up, when I was young. But now, of course, it's like a lot of them guys ain't active no more. So it's like, listen, the spotlight is on me right now. But at the same time, I'm not gonna sit there and not big up the dudes that I looked up to. It ain't gonna take nothing from me to sit there and be like, yo, I looked up to Cat. I looked up to these guys. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's all about giving props, keeping the history, preserving the history, not rewriting that shit. Like we know graffiti is getting gentrified. Like we know what's happening. So accept it and move on with it. I got collabs right now with dudes that are not even graffiti writers. You know what I mean? But guess what? The times is changing. But when I'm in the room, a graffiti writer is a graffiti writer. A street artist is a street artist. There's different levels to what they're doing. Don't try to call yourself a graffiti writer if you're not. Keep it. If you this, then you that. But with me, bro, I get in the room and I put the spotlight on everybody, man. Listen, man, every show you come to that you gotta every Beware of Rame event, it always been writers that are more legendary than me. When it came to graffiti, like Cornbread, like these guys are dudes that I looked up to. So I make sure that every time I do an event, I bring the old heads out. And Philly, they love me for that shit, man. Because ain't too many dudes doing that.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. That it's just like me, son. That's exactly what Graph Champs is about. We're about preserving the history. We're about so niggas can't rewrite it. Let it be told by the person themselves.
The goats.
You know what I mean?
No,
Their story.
Yeah, listen, man. I sat back, man. I strolled through a lot of your interviews, man, and I respect what you guys is doing, man. And that's why when you reached out to me, man, and Fat Caps, I think that's how everything started out with the store. I went up there, did a video for them, start sending all them Philly dudes up there. So, and now it's like, listen, man, like I'm trying to travel, man. I'm trying to go to different cities. I'm trying to bomb in different places. So at the end of the day, man, you definitely gotta tap in with different people, and it's been, and also what I've learned too, because coming up it was just about Philly. I've also learned through the years that listen, graffiti is all over the globe. So at the same time, you got dudes that really love the history, like you, like dudes like you guys that listen to history because we were raised in that. But you got a lot of young boys that listen, the history don't matter. They want to see you putting work in. They like, look, OG, we hear that, but we out here now. So to the young bulls that, I'm saying, that, they say that, that's why I think it's very important to see dudes like TD. You know what I mean? Dudes like him, traveling, or OG bombing. You know what I mean? Because it's showing the young boys that, listen, man, like, don't get it twisted. You still got bombers that are 40, 50. Real bombers.
Killing shit. Right.
I don't give a fuck how many murals you do. It just, listen, it doesn't equal. It's just, it's two different lanes, man. When you got the heart of a bomber and you bombing and you, listen, man, there's nothing like it. That's something that AI is never going to be able to duplicate. You know what I mean? You can't duplicate the soul, the shit to move something. And that's what I respect about TD, man. That's why when he came to Philly, listen, when he came to Philly and I seen Remo that was tagging in that wheelchair when he had the accident, and we pulling him in and out the truck, I said, this is the realest shit I've ever done. It's fine with somebody in a wheelchair hopping in. I said, what? And listen, man, I fuck with him heavy, man, and I got a lot of respect for New York, man. And I'm definitely gonna be popping out a little bit more, because it's about that time.
Yo, son, we salute you, my nigga. Yo, is there anything, like, before we get off this, anything else you want to touch on before we start giving shout outs and shit?
I mean, to be honest, man, we had a crazy conversation. I was sipping my shroom tea, you know what I'm saying, before we got on this joint. So right now everything is like a little, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, listen, man, shout out to everybody, man, all the graffiti writers, man, Philly, New York, anywhere, man, wherever you at, man. If you're a graffiti writer, man, it's just part of a culture, man. It's just like hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if you making music in Canada and motherfuckers told you wasn't part of it, I don't think we would have had a drink. Right? So, you know what I mean? I've learned to kind of like accept it and be like, you know what? This is a global thing. And Philly, we're just part of it. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter where it specifically started. What matters is the ones that are doing it today and keeping it going. But you also got to remember the ones that came before you. That's a must. But you gotta stay active, man. You can't, listen, if you an old head and you not active, come on, man. You gotta get back outside.
That's a fact, yo.
I'm speaking to my Philly peers. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, we outside with it, man. We outside. Disco Duck did a route and went in the tunnels with my young boy Radio probably a month before he died, bro. Disco Doug was right until he died. That's a real graffiti bomber right there.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because the niggas that be running New York and shit, they all, if it wasn't for the old heads, we keep coming back and saving graffiti in New York, son. That's a, we be saving that shit because niggas shit will be doomed. A lot of times it was doomed.
Yeah.
A lot of times it was doomed in the last like couple of decades, my nigga.
Smash it.
Like we had to come back a lot of times.
Where the fuck did this came from?
But yo, my nigga RAME, I can't salute you enough, my nigga, for real, bro. Thank you for coming on Graph Champs and letting niggas know what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? You're the first, officially the first out-of-towner, legend in real time icon that came in.
We outside. We outside, nigga. Rainbow, nigga. We outside. We outside.
I'm blessed.
Yo,
my nigga, thank you, bro.
Grooves, nigga. We all right, man.
Yo, salute, baby.
Yo, that shit was dope. I like your hat, though.
Motherfucking RAME, yo, that was RAME K.M.D, motherfucking Philly legend in real time. This is Graph Champs. We have motherfucking TD. Rest in peace, Mike. Yo, this was a crazy episode, son. This was a crazy episode, son. And I got the
Bandolero.
Yo, son.
It.
So that's what it is, bro. Fucking the next shows that I got, crazy, bro. It's crazy. The next shows that I got is crazy. The next couple of shows to end the year. Yo, A1s, I gotta get you on, I gotta get you on, bro. I want you and Catch. That'll be a sick show, right? A1s and Catch. My niggas, yo, I got the couple of shows lined up for the end of the year. We're doing another special show, man. Shout out to Cope. Salute to Cope. Salute to Josh 5. Salute to everyone. You're gonna see what it is. You're gonna see what it is, my nigga.
It's gonna be bananas.
You know what it is. I'm SR, the vertical, squirticle over your girl's Liz Nips.
Stay on the edge of your chest, boys.
Yo, RAME, yo, I fucking salute the fuck out of you, yo. Salute to TD, yo. That was Graph Champs, my nigga, episode 16, season 3. Yo, we'll see you next time. You heard?